Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. It is morning here, and I'm getting ready for the day. Wanted to use a bunch of new makeup, film it, show you, and let's try everything out. So I'm gonna start off with the Kosas Brow Pop Nano Pencil. I've been really loving a nano pencil lately. I've been using the CoverGirl one. However, Sephora had a 50% off select brow products on National Brow Day. I take advantage of that every year, and I decided to pick up this Kosas brow pencil for 50% off. So I've never actually tried it before. Thought it would be a good time to do so. I hear good things about this one. Cute packaging. Love that. Super teeny tiny tip. Also, prior to filming, I put on my Laneige lip treatment, which I'm in love with. This is my favorite lip balm treatment product. Anything for the health and the look of my lips that I've ever used. This is so good. So I want to show you again in a video. I've showed you before. I need to put it on prior to doing my makeup now. It's an essential step. So threw that on. Now I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows. First impression of this, it is a little bit softer compared to my CoverGirl, which is good because this one won't break like some other pencils. But I do love the stiffness of the CoverGirl one a little bit more, just from first impression, only because I can see the hair-like strokes better. And it just depends on what you like though. Some people might actually like this formula a little bit more. At least it's not too stiff where it breaks off. I've used so many brow pencils that just break off that claim to be nano and just are way too small or too stiff. I'm just gonna keep them like this for now, lightly filled in, and then once I finish off my foundation, go back if I've messed them up a bit. Just like having that structure down first. Also, recommendation from you guys were to try an eyeshadow base, and you said this one was fairly neutral, so that's what I was looking for. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. I just need a lot of coverage, so if this doesn't cover up all the veining and stuff, I'll probably return it and just use concealer like I have been doing. So I was gonna test this out because you guys told me to try this, so we're gonna use this today. See how it works, see how much coverage it gives, and also to hopefully neutralize the eye and not look so yellow or green on camera. I'm going to use this all over my lid. I haven't used an Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I might have used too much here. Both lids we're using that for. As I was saying, I haven't used one of these in years. I can see this dries really quickly, so I definitely won't need powder to set this. This one's already dry. Gotta move quick. Love the color. Could I use a little bit more coverage? Probably, but I think honestly this is gonna work. Thank you for the recommendation. You guys also told me to check out Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, which I haven't used in a very long time as well, but it just looked a little too pink. I thought by swatches, this Eden shade looked pretty good. So let me know how this is for you on your end. Is this neutral enough? Do you like it? Should we be using this as a base? Or in one video I did use the House Labs concealer. I thought that was a really nice neutral tone. So either or, let me know. At least I don't have to set this with powder because it's already dried down on my lid. For eyes, I'm gonna keep it fairly simple today. And I've had this for a little bit, have not used this. When REM Beauty came out with products, I never ended up picking up one of their eyeshadow palettes. I have this one right here. This is the Midnight Shadows eyeshadow palette. I know a lot of people don't like the packaging of REM Beauty. I think it's cool. Very space-like. This is the color story we're working with today. Kind of wanted to smoke the red along my lash line or just mix a bunch of colors, play around, have fun. No real plans today. This is just having fun trying new makeup and getting ready for the day. I'm gonna start with this shade right here in the crease on a rougher 15 brush. Something I'll have to get used to. A base really grips the product. We already have really good pigment there. As long as it doesn't grip it patchy, but doesn't look like it is. So far so good with the base. I didn't want to do color on my lid today, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of my powder and dust that on the lid. Just using that same rougher 15 brush. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of the red. Normally I don't do a shimmer along the lash line, but I'm going to mix this in with some of the browns. I just wanna see how much red I wanna do first. I don't know why I said red like that. Little bit of fallout with the shade. I don't know why I foresee this palette fading. I'll keep you posted on the wear time of this. I just sense with these shadows that this isn't going to last, but I could be wrong. Now I'm just gonna mix a little bit of the black and brown and put that along my lash line as well, a little bit closer to the lash line. I still want that red to show, but I just want a little bit deeper. Now it's not as metallic of a red. That's kind of what I was going for. I don't know if it's the shadows or the primer potion, but I'm not getting as nice of a blend right here. Use a little bit of my powder, try and soften that up. It is holding on though, so that's probably gonna help this formula stay on, even though I sense that this on its own probably wouldn't last. I'm gonna have to use both of them on different occasions just to give you my final thoughts on that. We're gonna leave the eyes like that. I love how the subtle red undertones bring out the greens in my eyes. I have been so excited to try this mascara. It's from Maybelline, and it's their Firework Mascara. I've seen some really impressive before and afters using this. I have the shade Blackest Black. It has a rubberized wand, but the before and after just on here looks exactly how I want my lashes to be. I love the packaging too. I love anything that has texture. I love a raised packaging. So here is the wand. Doesn't look like anything special. The teeth of the wand don't even look that big. Like they could really grip. We're gonna test it out and see. This first coat, it's already working really good. Again, this feels like a wetter formula than what I'm used to, but so far I'm loving how it's building up. I'm gonna go in with my second coat, see how that looks. Oh yeah, I'm gonna love this mascara. Once it dries out a little bit though. And it's really nice and dark too. It's going a little bit clumpy, so we're just going to keep it at 2 coats. It almost feels like a gel. I might go in with a spoolie just to try and separate it a little bit more. This one's going on really nicely too. And this is my bad eyelash eye. Those are the lashes currently with 2 coats. Just looking at my lashes right now, I feel they're starting to droop a bit. Like the formula might be slightly too heavy with 2 coats for my lashes, but I did like it with 1, so that's just kind of me figuring out how I'll like this. But a little bit messy, not too bad though. Like didn't really get on my lids that bad compared to other mascaras like my Clio. I'm so used to that, keeping my lashes straight up because I use a curling mascara, but this is doing really good things for the length and volume. I just wish it kept a little bit more of the curl just because it does feel slightly like it's weighing my lashes down. Again, this makeup needs to be put to the test. So I'll keep you updated in the comments. I have these false lashes from Shein that I found from a makeup artist on TikTok, and I love these because they're so natural. They taper so well, very tiny. I feel like anyone could use these. These just add such a tiny amount of lift to the outer corner, and you can't really tell, honestly, that these are false lashes because they're so natural. So I'm just gonna add these to the outer corners of my eyes because I'm wanting to do that kind of angular lifted look. So just looking at my eyes, you can still see the veining even with that primer potion, but it looks very natural. So I think that for me would be good for my basic eye makeup every day, honestly. So it doesn't look so thick because I think the concealer is great for more full coverage looks and having that set base down so that it's full coverage everywhere, but we are going a little bit more natural today, so I think it's gonna actually work for this makeup. But I'm gonna pop on those lashes. You'll see how natural these look. And I like using one of these tools, they're lash applicator tools, to squeeze them together, but you have to make sure the glue is dry first. I don't think mine is, so. How did it get so dark? Okay, so we got a storm coming in when it's supposed to be a sunny day. Clear skies. Sun all day. Does this look like a sunny day to you? Weather lies. So the glue is still drying, but it just added a little bit of lift and drama to the outer corners. You can barely even see anything for the inner because it's so short. That's kind of what I love about them. They're the perfect little tiny half lash. I picked today because the weather said it was going to be nice and clear and sunny. It just got so dark outside, but you can really see my skin, at least in this kind of darker lighting. So I'm gonna go in with my sunscreen. Wear sunscreen year round. Even if you can't see the sun, winter, you name it, this is the most important step for my skincare is sunscreen. So I'm using the Round Lab one. It's the Birch Juice, my latest one that I'm trying that I love. I love the glow and hydration this gives the skin. No white cast, it just, oh, it's so pretty. If you have a drier, more sensitive skin type like I do, you need to try Korean sunscreen, please. Anyone actually, but especially if you're similar to me, you will not go back. The next product I've had for a while, I've had time to try this extensively. It's the new Patrick Ta foundation. It's such a beautiful packaging. It's the Major Skin Hydro Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. Patrick Ta says you don't really need to do all that excessive skin prep, so I'm not gonna do primer or moisturizer or anything. I just have on my sunscreen today, and I'm gonna go in with that foundation. You're gonna see on my normal to slightly dry skin, you don't need to take all those extra steps, which is good because this is an $81 foundation, which I think is quite similar to my Morphe one, which I really love, but I would honestly pick this one over the Patrick Ta. In case you're curious, this is the Lightform Extended Hydration Foundation. They're both very serum-like, very lightweight. I like the price tag more of the Morphe. Using a BK Beauty 101 brush, I got the shade 13 in the Patrick Ta. You can see just how liquidy this foundation is. It's very light and serum-like. Feels very hydrating. I'm going to start building this up on the skin. The color is perfect for me. I love the shade. I do feel like I need quite a bit though to cover my face because since it is so hydrating, my skin just like sucks it up. If you have pores and texture like I do, I don't think this really does anything to make them look better. But it also, I don't feel makes it look worse. So it's not my favorite foundation launch, if I'm to be honest. I think it's pretty. I think certain skin types would look better with this, but just not geared towards mine, which has just a lot going on. And it's very, very dewy, hydrating looking. Now I'm just going to build it up. Second layer. Overall thoughts though on this foundation, I don't think it has the best wear on me. I think if you're oily skin, I would just not even bother even getting a sample at this point because it is so luminous and wears that way. It starts off this way and wears even more luminous. I have to set this foundation. I can't go out like this. The sun is completely gone right now and I still have this much glow. It's like glow in the dark right now. So as you can tell, not my personal favorite. I don't think this looks very flattering on me. This is just the foundation, which I really wanted to show you just how luminous this is, which I know a lot of people love, just does not look good on me unless I take some steps to really mattify this sort of finish. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use my concealer, which is the shade Oat from Hourglass. I was using Beach for when I'm more tan, but this one gives me more brightness. And this is a more matte finish, which I think will work nicely if I work this into this foundation at the moment because we're looking very glowy. Taking my Hourglass concealer brush, I'm going to blend this out. Didn't really have anything planned to film today. Just kind of wanted to play around with makeup with you guys. Imagine a hot day going out like this though. There is no chance this is surviving. Even if you set this with powder, it's going to slip off your skin. If you are very, very dry, that's the only person I feel like would really benefit from this foundation, or if you do a very thin layer of this and you really don't need to build it up, I think it would work for you as well. As luminous as we are, we're going to keep the party going and put all our creams on top of this. You're gonna have to look at this luminous skin a little bit longer because we're gonna go in with more liquids and creams and then we're gonna set it with powder and you're gonna see that truly transforms the skin, at least for me. And that's how I like going in with my makeup, is getting that hydration down so that on me, my foundation actually wears. But this, if you're oily, don't do this. Don't do this foundation or these steps. So actually I haven't used this color before from Milk Makeup. It's the shade Baked, which I've been wanting to use for so long. I just haven't used it on my channel yet. So I'm gonna use this today. I'm gonna take it on my Makeup by Meryl F4 brush. And we're gonna start bronzing up the skin. It's a nice warm tone. I usually use the one that's a step up from this, I think. Got a little bit of lifting there. Not the easiest to work with foundation. Normally I don't have an issue putting creams on top of like liquids, but we are lifting up a little bit. That spot's coming through. I wish my skin could look oily like this naturally. I'm sure a lot of you oily skin people are like, never. But for me, like, I want my skin to get like this at least a little bit, at least for the initial application, not for the wear. I'm just gonna pile this on, do a little bit of underpainting of powder. And the last liquid product I'm going to share with you today is from L'Oreal, and I've been really wanting to try these blushes. I keep hearing really good things that these are underrated, and these are the Lumi liquid blushes. I got the peachy shade, which I was going to go for a pink, but I'm like, you know what, let's be different. Get the peach, which I think is pretty for fall time or summer, honestly, but I thought it would be pretty paired with these tones. I hear these are very easy to use. Really pretty color and feels like the same sort of super slippery, hydrating finish as that foundation. You really got to trust the process over on my channel. Going to blend out any creases and then kind of clean up this line here. Just want that coverage on that spot on my skin. And now, to save the day, we're going to use my Makeup by Cheryl loose powder in light neutral. This is what the tone looks like, and let's go ahead and mattify and set this face because we need it. Start with the eyes first so you can see. Oh, the joy and magic of powder. I've used this powder in a Try New Makeup already as well. It's my current favorite. Cannot get enough. I do want to pick up the peach shade during the Sephora sale, which dates have been announced if you didn't see previous video, and I posted on my community tab as well, and Instagram. I like to post everywhere when the dates get announced. It starts November 1st this year. So last year was late October, this year November 1st. People are saying it's late, but it has been early November before, just not the past couple of years. It has been October, I believe. So November 1st for Rouge and for Sephora collection. You know, if your foundation isn't good, your whole complexion is shot. I'm not saying this is the worst I've ever looked, but it's not my favorite foundation, and for $81, I just wanted to make it clear that I would not recommend this. And I felt bad about that because the other Patrick Ta foundation actually gave me an allergic reaction. I was really wanting to like this foundation from him because I love his products, his other products. Just something about the complexion in terms of foundation has not been working out. I think because I don't have model skin, and I feel like his products are geared towards those with like beautiful skin, which I just do not have. My glue is showing. Is it just going to be one of those days where everything's a disaster? I want to know the science behind why glue doesn't dry sometimes or doesn't dry clear. Still have a little bit of a glow from that cheek popping through. I do love the L'Oreal blushes, though I would not pair it with this finish just because it's a little too much for that foundation. And I've had this for a little bit of time now, and I really wanted to try it on camera. So I'm going to top off the cheeks with this Cheek Lift palette from Revolution. I bought this because of Steph, Babs Beauty. She recommended this on her channel. She said it was like the best drugstore find of the year. And I haven't used it for you guys yet, and I really, really wanted to. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to dip into, I think, this shade right here. You can get that sunset cheek with this palette too, which is really pretty. And I'm going to start dusting it on the cheeks. And that is pigmented. I dipped into actually a little bit of this one for the back portion. You can see that color. She is pretty. Covering up that L'Oreal blush though, but I wanted to try some makeup today. Ooh, I love how that looks. I'm going to take a little bit of that Firework mascara on my lower lashes. Kind of want to hit these outer ones. That powder formula is blurring too. Kind of salvaged the shine factor. Not bad on the lowers, honestly. So you can see even after setting my face, the foundation will start to kind of break through and just be very dewy regardless of a powder. At least on my normal skin right now, it will go very, very dewy. So just be mindful of that if you were to purchase. I personally don't recommend it. Personally hasn't been a favorite launch of mine. And now we're gonna finish off the lips. I have this Annabelle lip liner in Spice. Thought it'd be really pretty to test out. I haven't used Annabelle in a while. You can get them in Canada. I don't know, can you get Annabelle in the US? That tone is so pretty and I thought would go with the tones of the eyes. And then I have the new NARS lipsticks. These are the explicit lipstick and I have the shade Bare It All. Love the packaging. We got some raised lettering here. These are magnetized as well, which is pretty cool. So this is what the bullet looks like. Really pretty shade. So I'm just gonna put that in the center. Thought these would pair nicely. I love this lip color so much. I don't even want to do my next step. But I did purchase a gloss and they came out with new colors in the lifter glosses from Maybelline, and this is in the shade Gummy Bear. So we're gonna add some pink to this look, though I am obsessed with this combo and I can see me wearing this for fall. Just gonna add a little bit of pink to this look. It just made it glossy and a little bit pink. That's the color right there. I purchased this, I think 2 days ago, and wore it on its own. It is so pretty as like an everyday gloss. I'm not going to set my face just because I want to see how everything lasts, further update you on this video. But I do have a fragrance that I want to share with you guys. So I'm just going to quickly go off camera, come back, and we will finish off this video. I honestly don't hate how my skin looks. I know I was going on and on about it in the video, how much I don't like how dewy this is. It's just the wear for me, and since I try pretty much all the new foundations, I just know what works for my skin, and there's just better ones out there that are cheaper, and I just don't want you guys wasting your money. So please get a sample of this one if you are wanting to try it out. And if you love it, please let us know what your skin type is. I'm assuming people who maybe are more dry would like that. And if you're oily, I want to know how it wore on you. So let me know, update on that. I do have a fragrance of the day to test out. I got this in PR, and this was one of the ones I was eyeing on Sephora because it's a warm vanilla, and the notes sounded right up my alley, something that I would really like. And this has been getting, I want to say mixed reviews, maybe more so not good ones from what I've heard. And I can see why in the initial opening, but this is one of those ones that you really need to wear it. At least on me, I think it wears beautifully. This is Replica's Afternoon Delight, and it is a warm vanilla. It smells like straight up vanilla extract. When you initially spray it, that's all I get is vanilla extract. It also has a little bit alcohol-y pungent smell, which vanilla extract does have alcohol, so just kind of makes sense for me for the opening. You get that, but this wears really nicely down on my skin. It's super soft, and I love the vanilla and the warmth to it on the dry down. But I can see if you initially spray this, people would be like, I hate it, if you don't like vanilla extract and that kind of alcohol-y off-putting opening, which is not there the whole time, but it is quite prominent vanilla extract, but it does dry down. So again, this is another not safe blind buy, I don't think, but I do like it. I'm happy with the fragrance. I would probably go with a travel size though, so we'll see how much I use up of this. I did like this release myself. Is it my favorite vanilla on the market? No, but I do think it's a really pretty option. I think people are gonna like it if you like vanilla extract, but you really have to like that opening note. I must say, makeup looks very natural, healthy, and fresh. I feel very fresh face with this makeup, even though I felt like I was putting pounds of creams and layers on. It turned out nice in the end. That's why you really have to trust the process over here. Let's start off with these pretty pink packaging. The Kosas Brow Pencil, I think it looks really nice. Brows look very natural with this color, so I'm gonna keep testing that out. So far, so good. I do think it's a little bit softer, not as hair-like strokes, but my brows still look really natural and good, I think. The Maybelline Firework Mascara, gonna have to test this out a little bit more, see how this wears, but initial impression is good. I just want it to dry out like most mascaras, and I want to see if this is a little too heavy to hold a curl, which it could possibly be, but also I could just use less. So that could be user error. I used the Rem Beauty eyeshadow palette, which the eye is very simple, a little bit powdery, a little bit soft, and I feel like this might not wear on its own, but I have a primer potion underneath. I feel like this is gonna help this stick, which these are supposed to do. I've used this specific color in Eden in the past. I just purchased it because of you guys. So let me know how you like a base like this for eyeshadow application. I think it works for a look like this because it is more daytime, but I do think I'll still use concealer for my super full coverage looks. We have the Milk Makeup in Baked. I like the color for today, but I do prefer, I think it's Blazed. I'm not sure. Blaze? I don't know. I'll have to check the other color that I use, and I would pick that one up over the Baked shade. But if you are more light medium, I feel like that color is really pretty, but I did like it. I just like the other tone a little bit more. These lashes from Shein I've been getting use out of. I think they were like $2. Really affordable. The Patrick Ta foundation, you already know my thoughts on that. I'm just gonna kindly say pass or get a sample for the time being. The Annabelle liner in Spice. I'm loving my lip. I think that's probably my favorite. No, that's not my favorite thing. This is my second favorite thing today. We'll get to my favorite. I love this color. We'll see how it lasts. I felt like it was a little too creamy. I had to clean up my lip line a little bit. Again, gonna keep playing around with it and see if this lasts. I love the color. Paired with this shade from NARS, this is also very, very creamy formula in Bare It All. Yeah, Bare It All. Really pretty. Love the packaging. I think the bullets are so pretty. This gloss in Gummy Bear, I love the name, the color, and I love the lifter glosses from Maybelline. So they do have new colors. They had a berry one that I really wanted to check out. My favorite thing from this video are my cheeks. The L'Oreal Lumi blushes are really pretty. If you have dry skin, check these out. If you're more oily, this is very hydrating formula. I think this was fairly pricey though, if I can remember correctly, but I have enjoyed this the days that I've used it. It's very, very hydrating though. My favorite thing is this blush palette. Steph always knows. She knows. She knows the good stuff. She has the best recs. If she says something is good, especially for blush, you listen. Because she knows blush like no one on this platform. Steph is blush queen. So when she says this is good, there's a deeper option too in this. You go check it out. So this is super pretty, very flattering, very smoothing. The tones in here, you can get that sunset look for blush. I just love the tones in this. So I'm gonna keep playing around with this, but this, I think it's gonna be a win. I think that's all for new. Everything else I've used in videos. I got a new shade in the Hourglass in Oat, which you could see in this video is just a little bit more brightening, I guess. The color is really pretty, and also I have to sing its praises for that Patrick Ta color. 13 Olive is beautiful. If you are light medium with olive undertone, he nailed the color. Like, I can really say for that, the color is one of the most beautiful shades that I've found in a foundation. It's just the formula for me. I just wish I had better skin. What can I say? I still think it's pretty. It makes me look like I have model skin. But to get here, you do need powder and you need to take your time. And it's not the most long wearing. So at the end of the day, it's one that I would recommend a sample. I personally wouldn't repurchase. That's my final thoughts on that. And I had fun filming this video, even though it was kind of a train wreck, honestly, with the lighting and the storm coming, and then finally it's sunny. Anyways, thank you guys so much for spending some time with me getting ready today while we try some new makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video, my banter, my chit chat, and let me know in the comment section below some products you want me to check out next. If there's anything in this video that you now want to try or not try, I would love to know based on how it looked like for application. So let me know your thoughts and eyeshadow primer update. I want to know all those questions that I asked you in the comment section below. So take your time, answer my questions. I know I have a lot. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And if you have not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.